Welcome back. Industries don't get much more competitive than the film business. It can spend hundreds of millions of dollars making a movie, then tens of millions more publicizing it. So how is the movie industry dealing with the credit crunch and its implications for the box office? Armed with the lesson of history that people keep going to the movies even during a recession, filmmakers are finding new ways to get our attention. The Listening Post's Robin Armstrong now on the viral aspect of the Hollywood hype machine and how studio chiefs who are notorious control freaks are willing to surrender some of that control if that's what it takes to sell their movies.
Stock prices are tumbling, banks are failing, but one industry never seems to lose its shine: the movies.
There's all this talk right now about the financial crisis in the world. Well, what we know from history is that cinema is a recession industry.
We need to be entertained. If we're talking about the depression of the 1920s, the one thing that didn't fall away was audiences to cinemas.
But when money is tight, it takes some innovative marketing to get us through the doors. The movie publicity industry of today is restrained compared to some of the antics of days gone by.
There was a lot of wackiness, I suppose. That's what they were called stuntsters, smuggling lions into people's rooms, to launch Tarzan Comes to New York. You're talking about men building a huge poster hoarding and for the birds and putting a seed tray behind it and with the slogan on the board saying the birds are coming, and of course every feral bird in New York arrived.
Oh! Now why would he do that?
The premiere for The Blazing Saddles was open only to people on horseback at a drive-in movie. One of the lessons is that every publicist has used the media of the day to get the word of mouth going, to get the message to market the film. So the nascent magazine business that morphed into the radio, that morphed into television, that morphed into the internet. Every publicist understands that that is his tool.
The internet has changed everything. Watershed moments came in 2000 with the groundbreaking internet hoax that was the Blair Witch Project. And in 2006, with an infamous release called Snakes on a Plane. Word spread about an upcoming film with a 50s B-movie style title, and Samuel L. Jackson, the film's star, played a key role in the online movement.
I probably snuck a few comments in that help fuel some of the fires that are burning on the internet, yeah.
People began to create their own pre-launch marketing, fake posters, spoof trailers, and even alternative versions.
There's more than one!
The key is innovation, and the movie industry has certainly picked up tips from other sectors. The makers of the latest Batman movie latched on to 2008's US presidential election fever and sent vans around the country campaigning for fictional character Harvey Dent.
I'm an assistant district attorney for Gotham City and I work with Harvey Dent.
The craze caught on among Batman fans in the street and online.
I know it's just a viral campaign, but hey, show support for the movie.
I think what happened with that is the studios made the tools, the images, the content available for fans to play with, and then fans took that and put it onto their own websites. They put it into Facebook and social networking tools like that. It's kind of a 50-50 collaboration now. The studio provides the resources, and in the same way that you've got bloggers out there writing about it, now fans can create their own bits of the advertising campaign, so to speak.
These days, it's not just advertising. Social networking is the boom market, but big corporations have to tread carefully.
I think marketeers see that as an opportunity to exploit that rather than to understand the democracy of the internet. And marketeers try to own that voice, muscle it through with huge campaigns that they think matter.
The studios have had a rocky relationship with the digital media ever since the internet kicked off in the mid-90s, really. They've been very slow to pick up on it. The studios are, however, doing stuff like creating widgets. So for Watchmen, for example, which comes out next year, they've created a Facebook widget where you can get the latest news from the official website. It puts all of the news, all of the new images straight into your Facebook page so you can get updated.
The crucial thing is word of mouth. And one thing the internet is not short of is opinion.
The online movie industry and the online press have become massively influential in probably the last 10 years or so. Ever since Batman and Robin pretty much tanked because Ain't It Cool News posted a bad review.
I hate when people talk during the movie.
If you're looking at what's coming out of Hollywood, you absolutely don't want to be shot down by Harry Knowles or Ain't It Cool. Those guys are absolutely on the button, and their audience trusts them because they do tell the truth. And they generally have very good inside information.
Movie studios have seen the influence of the internet, and they're putting a large amount of stock into what goes on, what sort of things we're doing online, and what the audience is saying online.
It's not just reviews. Negative internet chatter can stop a film before it's even been made.
Rotten Tomatoes is a very neat little site that clearly identified what people really thought about the idea of another film. And the Hollywood Stock Exchange, again, was trading in fantasy shares. Both those things indicated that some of the movies about to go into production, the audience didn't like it.
They may have been slow to catch on, but now it feels like you can't go online without being invited for a night out.
The audience has migrated from TV and other more traditional formats to online, so the advertisers have followed, and we're one of them. And you just have to look at, the amount of spam that we all get in our email inboxes every day, and the amount of pop-ups that you get when you look at a site like Yahoo or anything else that's entertainment related.
I think the personal touch in advertising campaigns is going to become very, very big. And I think in an age of depression and an era of depression, the personal touch, you being asked by your friend to go and see a movie, is more compelling than just a blanket corporate company selling you something.
A personal invite to see the stars. Who wouldn't buy that?
More Global Village Voices now on Hollywood and its online publicity machine.
Well, my business has changed dramatically over the last few years. The majority of my activities used to be traditional PR, that is looking at getting editorial in the print press and on TV, but the majority of our work now is online, where we position stories, we embed trailers on websites, and we create an environment where communities online talk about the film or talk about the project, and that's what makes it most successful.
They work a little bit like adverts, where they intrigue you and compel you to go and see the film. So I think the role of them to be another storyline, or to introduce characters and do peripheral stuff around the film is brilliant. I mean, it can do it far better than any poster ever will for a film.
Finally, there's something about pets, particularly cats, that users of the World Wide Web can't get enough of. Throw a funny pet video up on the net, and the number of hits goes through the roof. We plan to show you a few of these videos in the weeks ahead, but we're going to start with one that was captioned this way on YouTube: "Sneaky cat coming closer while not moving, horror." It's pretty scary, and it's received more than 5 million hits, making this our internet video of the week. We'll see you next time at The Listening Post.